Brothers, sisters, listeners, gather close. You want to talk about life. You want to talk about what makes it tick, what makes it flow. Forget the fancy formulas. Forget the endless chasing. We're talking about something so simple, so profound, it's almost insulting how we overlook it. Shukr, gratitude. Not just a mumbled thank you. When someone hands you something, no. We're talking about shukr that runs in your veins, shukr that lights up your eyes, shukr that makes every breath a conscious act of appreciation. Think about it. We wake up and the first thing we do is often complain. Too little sleep, too much to do, the traffic, the boss, the phone bill. We're wired for deficiency, for what's missing, for the next thing we need. But what if we flip the script? What if the first thought, the very first pulse of awareness was simply, Alhamdulillah, Dasir, for the air in your lungs, for the light in the sky, for the beating of your own heart. Sounds basic, right? Almost childish, but that's where the magic starts. Because when you genuinely feel that shukr, when it vibrates through your bones, something shifts. The scarcity mindset, that desperate grip on what you think you lack, loosens. You start seeing the abundance that's already there, that's been there all along. The roof over your head, the food on your table, the health in your body, things we take for granted until they're gone. And here's the kicker, the part they don't teach you in business school. Rizq Multiply sauce, not just money, not just possessions. We're talking about all forms of provision, peace of mind, good health, strong relationships, opportunities that seem to fall into your lap. Why? Because when you are truly grateful, you are open, you are expansive, you are a magnet for more. It's not a transactional deal with the Almighty. It's a fundamental principle of existence. A heart overflowing with shukr creates more space for blessings to enter. It's like pouring water into a glass that's already full. It just spills over. But a glass that's constantly being emptied by gratitude, by acknowledging what's already there. That glass is always ready to receive. So this isn't some airy, fairy, feel-good philosophy. This is a practical, tangible, life-altering strategy. Start small. Before you even get out of bed, name 3 things you're grateful for. As you eat your breakfast, appreciate the taste, the nourishment. When you face a challenge, acknowledge the strength within you to face it. It's a muscle, this shukr. The more you flex it, the stronger it gets, and the more abundant your life becomes. Don't just watch it multiply, experience it multiply. We're going to dive deep into that first keynote, the one that truly unlocks everything. Conscious gratitude, acknowledge blessings actively, not passively. This isn't about some vague, polite nod to good fortune. This is about a profound, deliberate, and ongoing engagement with the incredible reality of your existence. It's about moving beyond the superficial, thank you, the automatic, almost thoughtless response we often offer, and cultivating a deep internal resonance with the gifts you possess. Think about it. How often do we truly feel our gratitude? We might say, Alhamdulillah, after a meal. But are we truly savoring the flavors? Acknowledging the journey of that food from earth to table, the hands that prepared it, the sustenance it provides to our very being? Or is it just a habit, a phrase uttered without genuine emotion or reflection? The difference between passive and active acknowledgement is the difference between a dimly lit room and one flooded with the warmth of the sun. Passive gratitude is like checking a box. Yep, I'm grateful for my health. But are you feeling the strength in your limbs, the clarity of your mind, the steady rhythm of your breath? Are you appreciating the intricate systems working in perfect harmony within your body, allowing you to walk, talk, think, and experience? Or do you only notice your health when it falters, when an ache or pain demands your attention? Conscious gratitude means noticing it and now, in this moment of well-being, even if it's not perfect. It's appreciating the ability to simply get deep breath, something billions of people around the world struggle with daily. This active acknowledgement extends to every facet of your life. It's not just about the big monumental things, a new job, a significant achievement. It's about the countless small, seemingly insignificant details that form the rich tapestry of your day. The warmth of your bed in the morning, the gentle hum of your refrigerator, the taste of clean water, the sunlight streaming through your window, the sound of a bird singing, the smile of a loved one. Each of these, when consciously acknowledged, becomes a source of immense inner wealth. When you actively acknowledge a blessing, you engage with it. You bring it into the forefront of your awareness. You allow yourself to feel the positive emotion associated with it. This isn't just a mental exercise, it's a spiritual and emotional one. It shifts your internal state. Instead of your mind automatically gravitating towards what's missing, what's wrong, or what you fear, it begins to seek out and register what is the right, what is the present, and what is God's good. This active engagement also prevents the phenomenon of adaptation. We quickly adapt to our blessings. The new car becomes just the car, the comfortable home becomes just the house. The loving family becomes just my family. We forget the initial joy, the initial relief, the initial sense of being provided for. Conscious gratitude is the antidote to this forgetfulness. It forces us to continually rediscover and reappreciate what we already have, preventing it from fading into the background of our perception. To practice this, you don't need grand gestures. It's about moments throughout your day. As you sip your tea, consciously appreciate the warmth, the flavor, the moment of peace. As you walk, feel the ground beneath your feet and appreciate the gift of mobility. As you work, acknowledge the skills you possess, the opportunities you have, the purpose you fulfill. It's a continuous, gentle recalibration of your focus, a deliberate choice to see the good, to feel the good, and to express that gratitude, whether internally or externally. It transforms everyday occurrences into profound moments of connection with the divine provision that permeates every aspect of existence. This active acknowledgement isn't just about feeling good, it's about fundamentally altering your relationship with life itself, recognizing the constant, overflowing generosity that surrounds you at every turn. The second keynote, the real game changer, is about your internal compass, shift mindset, move from scarcity to abundance. This isn't just a feel-good platitude, it's a fundamental rewire of how you perceive the world and your place within it. For too long, many of us have been operating from a deep-seated place of scarcity. We live as if there's never enough, not enough time, not enough money, not enough love, not enough opportunities. This scarcity mindset is a relentless whisper in the back of your mind, always pointing to what's lacking, always highlighting the gaps, always fueling the fear that you'll miss out or fall behind. Think about it. When you wake up, does your first thought jump to your overflowing to-do list, the bills that are due, or the competition you face? Do you constantly compare yourself to others, feeling a pang of inadequacy because someone else has more, does more, or seems to achieve more effortlessly? That's the scarcity mindset at work. It's a mental filter that zeroes in on deficits, on what's finite, on the idea that resources are limited and have to fight for your share. This outlook is exhausting. It breeds anxiety, jealousy, and a perpetual sense of urgency. It makes you cling to what you have, fearing its loss, and makes you hesitant to share or to give, because doing so might diminish your own already limited portion. But what if the universe isn't a zero-sum game? What if there's not just enough for everyone, but an as overflow? This is the core of the abundance mindset. It's the profound belief that resources are plentiful, that opportunities are limitless, and that generosity doesn't deplete you, but rather expands you. It's seeing the world not as a barren desert, but as a fertile garden, constantly regenerating and providing. Shifting to an abundance mindset isn't about ignoring challenges or pretending that problems don't exist. It's about approaching those challenges from a place of strength and possibility, rather than fear and limitation. When you operate from abundance, you see problems as opportunities for innovation, growth, and connection. You believe that solutions exist, that help is available, and that you possess the inner resources to navigate whatever comes your way. This shift impacts every area of your life. In your finances, instead of obsessing over what you don't have, you focus on how you can grow what you do have, how you can create value, and how you can share your resources. In your relationships, instead of fearing abandonment or feeling competitive, you foster genuine connection, celebrate others' successes, and understand that love and companionship are not finite commodities. In your career, instead of seeing limited positions or fierce competition, you see endless possibilities for collaboration, learning, and creating your own path. How do you make this shift? It begins with awareness. Start catching yourself when that scarcity whisper emerges, when you feel a pang of envy, a surge of worry about money, or a sense of dread about the future. Recognize that voice, then consciously challenge it. Ask yourself, is this truly a limitation, or am I creating it with my thoughts? Look for evidence of abundance in your life, however small. The fact that you have eyes to read these words, ears to hear sounds, a mind to process thoughts, these are all profound abundances. Practice gratitude, as we discussed. Gratitude is the direct pathway to abundance because it forces you to acknowledge what you already possess. Visualize abundance in your life, not just for yourself, but for everyone. Celebrate others' successes as if they were your own, because in an abundant universe, one person's gain doesn't diminish yours. Cultivate generosity, even in small ways. Giving validates the belief that you have enough to share, reinforcing the abundant reality. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's actively reprogramming your brain to recognize and attract the limitless possibilities that surround you. It's moving from a defensive crouch to an open embrace of life's overflowing bounty. Now let's get down to the brass tacks, to the very foundation of this entire practice, as appreciate basics, value fundamental provisions as air, health, home. This keynote isn't about lofty ideals or grand aspirations, it's about grounding yourself in the undeniable, irreducible truths of your existence. It's about recognizing that before you even begin to chase desires, accumulate wealth, or pursue ambitions, you are already swimming in an ocean of gifts that are often overlooked precisely because of their constant presence. Consider the air you breathe. It's invisible, it's ubiquitous, and it's absolutely essential. We only truly notice it when it's scarce or tainted, a sudden gasp for breath, the sting of polluted air. But right now, as you sit or stand, your lungs are effortlessly expanding and contracting, drawing in life, giving oxygen, expelling what your body no longer needs. This continuous, unconscious miracle is a gift beyond measure. Billions of people throughout history and countless beings in this very moment struggle for every breath. To simply breathe freely and fully is an act of profound provision, a constant flow of rizq that we rarely, if ever, pause to truly appreciate. To consciously acknowledge each inhale and exhale, to feel the life force entering your body, is to tap into an inexhaustible wellspring of shukr. Then there's your health. We are quick to lament a headache, a cold, or a minor ache. We fixate on imperfections, on what isn't working perfectly. But how often do we truly appreciate the immense complexity and resilience of our bodies? The intricate network of nerves, the tireless pumping of our hearts, the incredible efficiency of our digestive systems, the sharpness of our senses that allow us to see, hear, taste, touch, and smell the world around us. Even with minor ailments, the vast majority of our physiological processes are operating flawlessly. To have sight, to have hearing, to have the ability to move, to feel, to think, these are not entitlements. They are extraordinary privileges bestowed upon us without us asking. Many would give everything they possess for even a fraction of the health you might take for granted. Actively valuing your health means not just noticing its absence, but celebrating its presence, its functional miracles every single day. And your home, whether it's a sprawling mansion or a humble room, a rented apartment or a space shared with many, it provides shelter. It offers protection from the elements, a place of rest, a sense of security. How many millions globally are displaced without a roof over their heads, exposed to the harshness of the world? We might complain about the size of our space, the color of the walls, or the repairs needed, but fundamentally it provides a sanctuary. It's a place to eat, to sleep, to gather, to simply be. To acknowledge this basic provision, to feel the safety and comfort it offers, is to tap into a profound sense of gratitude that anchors you in the present moment. These aren't glamorous blessings. They aren't the things we typically boast about or chase after, but they are the bedrock upon which everything else is built. Without air, health, and shelter, all other pursuits become secondary, if not impossible. By consciously valuing these fundamental provisions, you recalibrate your entire perspective. You shift your focus from what's missing to what is profoundly, undeniably present. You realize that you are not starting from a deficit, but from a position of immense wealth. This deep appreciation for the basics doesn't diminish your desire for more, rather it creates a fertile ground for more to flow in, because you're operating from a place of gratitude and contentment rather than longing and perceived lack. It's recognizing the continuous miracle of existence, and that is where the true multiplying of rizq begins. We come now to the heart of the matter, the direct consequence of embracing profound gratitude. As is openness to blessings, shukr expands capacity for receiving. This isn't just about feeling good, it's about altering your very energetic and spiritual posture in the world. When you are truly grateful, when you acknowledge the ceaseless flow of provision, something profound happens within you. Become a more receptive vessel. Think of it like this. Imagine you have a beautiful, intricate vase. If that vase is constantly filled with debris, with dust, with the remnants of old things, it has no capacity to hold fresh flowers or pure water. Similarly, if your heart and mind are clogged with complaints, with envy, with fear of lack, or with the constant pursuit of what's missing, there's simply no room for new blessings to enter or for the existing ones to be fully appreciated. That internal clutter creates a barrier, a resistance to the very flow of good that is constantly circulating in the universe. However, when you consistently practice shukr, conscious gratitude, appreciating the basics, shifting from scarcity, you begin to cleanse that internal vessel. Each act of sincere thankfulness is like removing a piece of debris, polishing the surface, making space. You're not just acknowledging what is, you're actively creating a state of openness, a readiness to receive more. It's a powerful, almost alchemical process. This openness manifests in several ways. Firstly, your perception shifts. When your mind is focused on gratitude, you become more attuned to opportunities, to helpful individuals, to moments of synchronicity that you might have completely missed before. It's as if you've put on a new pair of glasses that allow you to see the subtle currents of grace and provision that were always there but obscured by your previous mindset. A chance encounter, a timely piece of advice, an unexpected opening, these are often dismissed as mere coincidence by a closed mind, but are recognized as blessings by an open heart. Secondly, your energetic vibration changes. We often talk about good vibes or bad vibes. Shukr cultivates a positive, expansive, and welcoming vibration. When you're genuinely grateful, you radiate an energy of contentment and abundance. This positive energy doesn't just make you feel better, it actually attracts more of the same. It's a universal law, like attracts like. A heart full of shukr acts like a powerful magnet, drawing towards it more reasons to be grateful, more opportunities, more people who resonate with that positive frequency. Conversely, a heart heavy with complaint and dissatisfaction repels these very blessings. Thirdly, openness through shukr fosters trust. When you consistently acknowledge the infinite generosity of the divine, you develop a deeper trust that your needs will always be met, that you are supported and provided for. This trust releases anxiety and worry, allowing you to relax into the flow of life. When you are relaxed and trusting, you are more creative, more resilient, and more courageous in pursuing your goals. You're not desperate, you're inspired. This trust, born of deep gratitude, becomes a powerful force that clears the path for blessings to manifest effortlessly. Finally, expanding your capacity for receiving doesn't mean passively waiting for things to fall into your lap. It means being prepared to act on the opportunities that arise. It means having the mental and emotional space to innovate, to learn, to connect, to be generous. A closed vessel cannot be filled, no matter how much water is poured over it. An open vessel, however, receives and holds, and is then able to pour forth its own abundance. Shukr is the key that unlocks that vessel, allowing the continuous, overflowing bounty of the universe to pour into your life and transform it from within. We arrive now at the core promise, the very magnet that pulls us into this deeper understanding. Our stress Rizq multiplies, not just money, but all forms of provision. This is where the rubber meets the road, where the spiritual principle translates into tangible, lived experience. When we talk about rizq, It's crucial to understand that we're not speaking solely about dollars and cents or bank accounts and possessions. While material wealth is certainly a component of rizq, it is a far more expansive and profound concept. In the Islamic tradition, a rizq encompasses every single provision that sustains you, nourishes you, and contributes to your well-being. It is the breath in your lungs, the beating of your heart, the health in your body, the clarity of your mind. It is the food on your table, the roof over your head, the clothes on your back. But it extends far beyond the physical. Rizq includes your knowledge, your skills, your talents, and your intellect. It is the peace in your heart, the tranquility in your home, the wisdom you gain from experience. It's the loving relationships you share with family and friends, the opportunities that present themselves, the guidance you receive, and even the protection from harm that you may never even perceive. Every single blessing, every single benefit, every single means of sustenance, seen and unseen, falls under the umbrella of rizq. And the profound truth is, when you embody shukr, this vast, all-encompassing rizq begins to multiply. How does this multiplication occur? It's not simply a magical increase in numbers, though that can certainly happen. It's often a multiplication of barakah, blessings, goodness, and divine favor that infuses whatever you have. Imagine you have a small amount of money. With barakah, that small amount can stretch further, cover more needs, and achieve more than a larger sum without barakah. You might find that your bills are paid with ease, or that unexpected expenses are covered by unexpected means. It's not necessarily more money, but more as effectiveness and as sufficiency from the money you have. This applies to time too. Someone with barakah in their time can accomplish more in a few hours than another person can in an entire day, not because they work harder, but because their efforts are blessed and their time is more productive. The multiplication of rizq also occurs through the creation of new opportunities. When you are operating from a place of gratitude and abundance, your mind is open, your energy is positive, and you are more likely to perceive and seize chances that pass by others unnoticed. A conversation sparks an idea, a chance encounter leads to a connection. A seemingly small act of kindness returns to you multiplied in an unforeseen way. These aren't random occurrences. They are the natural consequence of aligning your internal state with the universal principle of abundance. Furthermore, shukr multiplies these quality of your rizq. A meal eaten with gratitude tastes better and nourishes you more deeply. A relationship nurtured with appreciation becomes stronger and more fulfilling. Knowledge acquired with thankfulness is absorbed and utilized more effectively. The blessings you already possess become richer, deeper, and more impactful in your life. It's about extracting maximum benefit and contentment from what you already have, which in turn attracts more of that goodness. This multiplication isn't just about material gain, it's about a holistic increase in well-being and contentment. A person with immense financial wealth, but no peace of mind, no good health, and no loving relationships is poor in true rizq. Conversely, a person with modest material possessions but overflowing health, strong faith, and deep, meaningful connections is truly rich. Shukr facilitates the multiplication of all these forms of provision, ensuring that your life becomes not just quantitatively more, but qualitatively richer and more fulfilling, allowing you to live a life imbued with profound blessings and continuous growth. We come now to the practical cornerstone, the actionable blueprint for transforming these concepts into lived reality as practical application. Start with small, daily acts of gratitude, but this isn't about monumental shifts overnight or waiting for a grand epiphany. This is about incremental, consistent, and deliberate actions that, over time, rewire your brain, recalibrate your heart, and fundamentally alter your experience of life. Like building any muscle, the muscle of gratitude grows not through sporadic heavy lifting, but through consistent, focused, and gentle engagement. The beauty of starting small lies in its accessibility. It doesn't require a special retreat, an enormous commitment of time, or a dramatic change in your circumstances. It can be woven seamlessly into the fabric of your existing day, turning routine moments into opportunities for profound connection and appreciation. Consider your mornings. Instead of immediately grabbing your phone or rushing into the day's demands, take a conscious pause. Before your feet even touch the floor, or as you sit on the edge of your bed, name 3 specific things you are grateful for. Don't just think them, feel them. It could be the warmth of your blanket, the comfort of your mattress, the sound of your family stirring, or simply the fact that you woke up and have another day to experience. This simple act, repeated daily, begins to prime your mind for gratitude, setting a positive tone for the hours ahead. It tells your brain, look for the good, moving into your day. Integrate gratitude into your routines. As you prepare your first meal or as you eat it, consciously appreciate the food itself. The flavors, the textures, the nourishment it provides. Think about the journey it took to get to your plate. The efforts of countless individuals. This transforms a mundane act into a moment of mindful appreciation for sustenance. As you drink water, acknowledge its purity and the vital role it plays in your body. These are not grand gestures, but they are powerful acts of acknowledgement that build the gratitude muscle. Throughout your day, look for mini moments of shukr. Stuck in traffic, be grateful for the safety of your vehicle, the music you can listen to, or simply the time to gather your thoughts. Facing a challenging task at work. Be grateful for the opportunity to learn, to grow, to use your skills, or for the colleagues who support you. A brief text message from a friend. Express gratitude for their presence in your life. The sunlight streaming through a window, a comfortable chair, the sound of laughter. These are all readily available moments for a quick internal alhamdulillah. The key is specificity. Instead of a general, I'm grateful for everything, try to pinpoint exactly what you're grateful for and that's why. I'm grateful for my strong legs that carried me up those stairs is more powerful than I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for the precise instructions on this task that saved me time is more effective than I'm grateful for my job. Specificity makes the gratitude real, tangible, and deeply felt. This daily practice isn't about ignoring problems or pretending that life is perfect. It's about cultivating a resilience that allows you to face challenges from a position of strength, anchored in an awareness of constant provision. It's about consciously choosing where to place your attention. The more you practice these small, daily acts of gratitude, the more natural they become, the more your perception shifts, and the more you become attuned to the overflowing blessings that constantly surround you. It's a gentle, persistent revolution, transforming your inner landscape one grateful moment at a time. We come now to the practical cornerstone, the actionable blueprint for transforming these concepts into lived reality. Practical applications start with small, daily acts of gratitude. This isn't about monumental shifts overnight or waiting for a grand epiphany. This is about incremental, consistent, and deliberate actions that, over time, rewire your brain, recalibrate your heart, and fundamentally alter your experience of life. Like building any muscle, the muscle of gratitude grows not through sporadic heavy lifting, but through consistent, focused, and gentle engagement. The beauty of starting small lies in its accessibility. It doesn't require a special retreat, an enormous commitment of time, or a dramatic change in your circumstances. It can be woven seamlessly into the fabric of your existing day, turning routine moments into opportunities for profound connection and appreciation. Consider your mornings. Instead of immediately grabbing your phone or rushing into the day's demands, take a conscious pause. Before your feet even touch the floor, or as you sit on the edge of your bed, name 3 specific things you are grateful for. Don't just think them, feel them. It could be the warmth of your blanket, the comfort of your mattress, the sound of your family stirring, or simply the fact that you woke up and have another day to experience. This simple act, repeated daily, begins to prime your mind for gratitude, setting a positive tone for the hours ahead. It tells your brain, look for the good. Moving into your day, integrate gratitude into your routines. As you prepare your first meal or as you eat it, consciously appreciate the food itself, the flavors, the textures, the nourishment it provides. Think about the journey it took to get to your plate, the efforts of countless individuals. This transforms a mundane act into a moment of mindful appreciation for sustenance. As you drink water, acknowledge its purity and the vital role it plays in your body. These are not grand gestures, but they are powerful acts of acknowledgement that build the gratitude muscle. Throughout your day, look for mini moments of shukr. Stuck in traffic, be grateful for the safety of your vehicle, the music you can listen to, or simply the time to gather your thoughts. Facing a challenging task at work, be grateful for the opportunity to learn, to grow, to use your skills, or for the colleagues who support you. A brief text message from a friend. Express gratitude for their presence in your life. The sunlight streaming through a window, a comfortable chair, the sound of laughter, these are all readily available moments for a quick internal alhamdulillah. The key is specificity. Instead of a general, I'm grateful for everything, try to pinpoint exactly what you're grateful for and why. I'm grateful for my strong legs that carried me up those stairs is more powerful than I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for the precise instructions on this task that saved me time is more effective than I'm grateful for my job. Specificity makes the gratitude real, tangible, and deeply felt. This daily practice isn't about ignoring problems or pretending that life is perfect. It's about cultivating a resilience that allows you to face challenges from a position of strength, anchored in an awareness of constant provision. It's about consciously choosing where to place your attention. The more you practice these small daily acts of gratitude, the more natural they become, the more your perception shifts, and the more you become attuned to the overflowing blessings that constantly surround you. It's a gentle, persistent revolution, transforming your inner landscape one grateful moment at a time. Let's delve into the final unifying keynote muscle of shukr. Consistent practice strengthens its power. This isn't a one-time spiritual exercise or a fleeting emotion. It is a discipline, a habit, and indeed a profound capacity that grows with deliberate, consistent application. Just as you wouldn't expect to build physical strength by lifting weights once a month, you cannot expect profound shifts in your experience of abundance and contentment without regularly engaging in the practice of gratitude. Think of shukr as a spiritual muscle. In the beginning, it might feel weak, awkward, or even forced. Your mind might resist, pulling you back to old patterns of complaint, worry, or focusing on what's missing. That's perfectly normal. Every new habit encounters resistance. But just like a physical muscle, the more you use it, the stronger it becomes, the more naturally it responds, and the more powerful its effects. When you first start with conscious gratitude, you might have to actively search for things to be thankful for. You might feel a superficiality in your initial acknowledgements. But as you continue, day after day, week after week, something transformative happens. Your internal radar begins to recalibrate. Your brain starts to automatically scan for blessings, for moments of grace, for reasons to feel grateful. What was once a deliberate effort becomes an intuitive response. The neural pathways associated with gratitude become stronger, more efficient, and more dominant. This consistent practice builds resilience. Life will inevitably present challenges, setbacks, and difficult moments. When these occur, a well-developed shukr muscle doesn't magically make the problems disappear, but it fundamentally alters your response to them. Instead of being completely overwhelmed by negativity, you have an internal anchor. You can acknowledge the difficulty while simultaneously finding something, even a small thing, to be grateful for amidst the storm. It might be the support of a friend, the lesson learned, the inner strength you discover, or simply the belief that this too shall pass. This dual awareness allows you to navigate hardship with a sense of perspective and hope, preventing you from being consumed by despair. Moreover, the consistent exercise of shukr deepens your connection to the divine. Each act of gratitude is an acknowledgement of the ultimate provider. It strengthens your faith, reinforcing the understanding that all blessings come from an infinite source. This deepening connection brings with it a profound sense of peace and security, knowing that you are cared for, that your needs are met, and that you are part of a greater benevolent order. This spiritual strengthening becomes an impenetrable shield against the anxieties and fears of the world. The power of consistency also lies in its compounding effect. Small, Daily acts of gratitude may seem insignificant on their own, but when accumulated over weeks, months, and years, their impact is immense. It's like compound interest for your soul. Each grateful thought, each acknowledged blessing adds to a growing reservoir of positive energy, contentment, and abundance within you. This reservoir doesn't just fill you, it overflows, touching every aspect of your life and spilling out into your interactions with others. This isn't about fleeting emotional highs, it's about cultivating a sustained state of gratitude that becomes your default setting. It means committing to the practice even on days when you don't feel grateful, precisely because those are the days when the muscle needs the most work. It's about making shukr not just an action, but a way of being. As this muscle strengthens, you will find that rizq doesn't just multiply, it manifests in ways you couldn't have imagined, flowing effortlessly into a life that is truly blessed and profoundly rich, not just in material possessions, but in peace, purpose, and inner joy.